Hey guys, before we get into this video, I would like to suggest you guys hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and also I do stream on Twitch every day, and we do play League of Legends, and we are top lane main. So if you're a top lane main, please go over to our Twitch channel, check us out, link is in the description. Hey guys, welcome to this Camille guide. Today I'm going to take you through some tips and some advanced mechanics. But first we got to get through the basics. So Camille's passive, basically when you auto attack someone, you get a shield. And this is why Camille has one of the strongest level 1s and early game presence. So basically you can trade without ever taking any damage. I suggest that you start with W first, level 1, so you have more to trade with. You have your W and it does a whole lot of damage level 1, but you got to make sure you don't spam it because it is expensive and you will run out of mana. And after you W, you can just walk up and just do some auto attacks until your shield goes off. One thing with Camille though, most matchups you want to rush level 2, so you want to get to level 2 as fast as you can because Camille is basically a strong level 2. Most games I take teleport just to snowball more, but you can also take ignite against easy matchups. Gives you that quick level 2 kill. So basically when you hit level 2, all you want to do is just E onto them and do some autos and hit them with the W and just walk away after you hit your W. So I'm gonna do that one more time. Boom, hit your E and W away. Okay, level 3, that's when Camille probably has her most trading potential / kill potential in lane. Her Q procs twice, so if you have your first Q that just does basic damage, and then once you hear that noise, you have an empowered Q that does true damage. So what you want to do is say there's a minion, this is how you would probably trade in lane, and you would probably win maybe 90 to 100% of your trades by just doing this. But let's just say we proc our Q hitting a minion. Boom, it's coming up, and W. Boom. Due to the fact that they're stunned and you gain movement speed, especially if you have Phage or any other items, they won't be able to land an auto. And plus you have your shield, so you would take no damage. So you would probably do at least 40% of their health, depending on the champion, just by hitting your Q2, and you would take no damage in that trade. The hard part about Camille is timing your R. Your R is very, very important, and it's also very, very good for snowballing. So if you guys haven't yet, you guys need to learn how to start freezing waves. If you can freeze, and you just trying to push your lead further, and they're standing back there in the waves right here, you could just boom and boom. Now they just gotta fight you. And honestly, you can do this all game and there's nothing they can really do to you, and their jungler is going to have to come out of the way to help them. So if you see that your laner is just being stupid and just always shoving, thinking that is going to help them out in the long run, remind them that they're wrong. Here's another Kel mechanic you guys might want to do a lot. A lot of low elo players do not utilize their flashes in the right way. So say if this dummy was at half health and I wanted to all in them, and notice, yeah, flash is a 300-second cooldown, but you're also Camille, who can just easily just get out of any situation, any ganks, anything by having her E. If you have the river warded and the tri-bush warded, that also help with your decision on using your flash. So you want to E, say they're short, boom, and just flash. Now this also really helps when they're playing a little bit of a tricky character, you can't seem to land an E. You would, so it's anywhere here, boom, and you got your Q. Another thing you might want to learn on Camille is to basically knowing how to time your Qs, knowing when the second proc is going to be up. And that's the sound you know. That's usually what I listen to, what I pay attention to. I don't have it timed down to a T, but that's the sound I listen to know when to use my Q. Camille is also very, very good at defending a turret. So let's place another dummy here. You're 1 health. You can really outplay people under tower because they think that they can dive you. And say if they have some special ability like it's a Malphite or maybe even a Jax or something that just wants to jump on you under tower. You know, let them get an auto in, let them take turn, and then what I like to do is this simple, easy mechanic is E, and then dodge it. So now they're just stuck on the tower. It is a lot harder to dodge Camille's E the closer you are to a wall. So they really don't have any time to see what you're doing, that you're using your E. They're more focused on either killing you or hitting minions. Another mechanic, this is how you really want to play Camille. Camille is very, very good at roaming on the map due to her E. Once you get some cooldown, she really has really good ganking abilities. You just come over here and say there is wave is just stuck in the middle of mid lane. You just come over, boom, and right there. If you guys don't notice, here's one little thing about Camille. When you use her E and you really can't see anything, this signal lets you know that there's someone right there. So boom, boom. That's how I know someone would be over there if you are trying to gank a lane. Now let's go back up to the top lane. I'm gonna test something out real quick. All right. Sometimes if you feel like you are going to be going straight into a blind bush, going in the bush blind, there might be people there. So you see I put a dummy in there. You can always E, you see someone's in there. So that's gonna help you, and especially low elo players that don't really ward much. You wanna know what's gonna happen if you're going through the enemy jungle and you wanna find out where the jungler is. Boom. That's all it takes. Now, last but not least, Camille's build is very, very easy. What I would say is, unless the whole enemy team is full of squishies and doesn't have a single tank, you can go Trinity Force. I think Trinity Force is terrible compared to Divine Sunderer due to the Spellblade passive on Divine Sunderer, and plus the amount of damage you do with the 5% armor pen and magic pen. Now, even though that part really doesn't work on her Q2, which is her main damage, the additional 10% target max health physical damage and the enhanced damage is also like really, really good on Camille. Now her build, very, very easy. Usually I go straight into Divine Sunderer unless I need to build boots to counter my top laner. This is very, very important. A lot of people are making the mistake of going Tiamat right after that. That is a very, very bad mistake, especially if you are ahead. Building Tiamat is not really good for freezing waves. Vampiric Scepter should usually be your next item building into Ravenous Hydra. Unless you're out of laning phase and you're just going to power farm, then you can go Tiamat. But in most cases, you really will not be building Tiamat next. You really won't be building Tiamat until you have the full Ravenous Hydra. Depending on team comps, after Ravenous Hydra, those should be your main two items between Divine Thunderer and Ravenous Hydra. Those should always be in your build. If you need more healing and you're going up against a full AD team, Death Dance is really good. If you need to be a little bit more tankier and try not to die a little bit more, you can go Sterix into Death Dance, but normally I would go Death Dance into Sterix. Now, here is another big tip. Depending on the matchup, you can go Blade of the... If you go Trinity and you go up against a very tanky character, and for some reason you want to go attack speed or go into Trinity and stuff, build Blade of the Ruined King first, then build Trinity. Most of the time, Trinity should not be your first item at all. Never go Ginsu's. Black Cleaver is really unnecessary because you will see in the late game, you basically one-shot all champs. And against tanks, you basically, I say, two-shot them. A lot of champions do not really stand a chance 1v1 against you unless they have a whole lot of healing in their kit and a whole lot of attack speed to work around that healing. So basically how you want to play out the rest of the game, once you're fed, all you want to do is just roam around the map and just pick people off using your E and your alt. So you want to make sure you have good game knowledge of where the jungler might be or where all these laners might be. If you see someone that bot lane that is shoving at the wave, try to see if they're greedy and trying to get to some of the tower plates, and then just jump on them. And sometimes you gotta watch out, as you see what I just did. Some walls you really can't jump far because there's a little barrier right here. You're gonna make sure you're at the right part of the wall in order to get a further distance on your jump.